Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself to be astounded and amazed beyond your wildest imaginings of imagination. As we. Wait a minute. Am I even on the right microphone? Let me check this out. I'm going to the audio, guys. So, we're going to get to the Odyssey. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Mic auxiliary. Yeah, see if I can get it where it's not, going crazy and blowing out. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself to be imagined beyond your wildest dreamings of stuff by the show, which this is. Today we have part 1 of the Odyssey by Homer, rendered into English prose for the use of those who cannot read the original. Okay, so let's go. Preface to the first edition. Wait a minute. Let's cut to the chase. Let's go to the story. Alright. The gods in council. That's more like it. Minerva's visit to Ithaca. The challenge from Telemachus. Telephonio. What is his name? Telemachus? Telemachus? To the suitors. The challenge from Telemachus to the suitors. Tell me, O Muse, of that ingenious hero who traveled far and wide after he had sacked the famous town of Troy. Many cities did he visit, and many were the nations with whose manners and customs he was acquainted. Moreover, he suffered much by sea, while trying to save his own life and bring his men safely home. But do what he might, he could not save his men, for they perished. It's not like Shackleton, right? Man, he should have Shackleton there. He would have made sure everybody. For they perished because of their own whatchamajiggies. For they perished through their own sheer folly in eating the cattle of the sun god Hyperion. Don't want to eat that sun god Hyperion cattle. So the god prevented them from ever reaching home. Tell me, too, about all these things, O daughter of Jove, from whatsoever source you may know them. So now all who escaped death in battle or by shipwreck had got safely home, except Ulysses, Odysseus, Ulysses, and he, though he was longing to return to his wife and country, was detained by the goddess, Calypso, right, who had got him into a large cave. The goddess took him into a cave. What was she up to? She's up to something. I'm serious. All right. And wanted to marry him. Okay. But as years went by, there came a time when the gods settled that he should go back to Ithaca. Even then, however, when he was among his own people, his troubles were not yet over. Nevertheless, all the gods had now begun to pity him, except Neptune. They have all kind of gods. You got to keep track of all that. It's complicated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this episode of the thrilling chapter of the Odyssey of Homer. Until next time,